Hey everyone, welcome back to NitroLandTutorials. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make a face slide effect. Here's an example of what the finished product can look like. So let's get started. So first thing is to open up the image you want to create the effect on, and then we're going to single out the subject of the photo and the face from the background. To do that, I'm going to grab my quick selection tool over in the toolbar. I'm going to hit the open bracket to resize it a little bit bigger, and simply select the face and the subject of the photo. Next, we're going to go to Refine Edge, and then for the view, go to Overlay. So anything that's red is not selected, and anything that is its true color is inside of our selection. And so we're just going to go through and select all the hair follicles and just clean up the selection around the face. So as you can see, it selected all the hair and then got rid of all the white that was within the hair. Click OK, and then come to the bottom right and create a layer mask of this selection. Next, we're going to duplicate this layer. We're going to name it main layer. Click OK. Next, we can hide our original layer and then right click on the layer mask and click apply layer mask. So now as you can see, our face is on a different layer than our background. Next thing we're going to do is grab our selection tool, and then we're simply going to make rectangles for what we want to slide out. I'm probably going to make that a little bit smaller. So I'm going to do that selection, right click and go to layer via cut. And if we hide this new layer, as you can see, it added our selection onto a new layer and removed it from our original layer. I'm simply going to name this forehead. Next, we're going to select our main layer again, and then I'm going to create another rectangle underneath the eyes but above the smile, and only select the nose. And again, you can right click, layer via cut, and then name this one just nose. Then we can come in, grab our cursor tool, and while holding shift, I'm going to slide this out to the right, and then I'm going to select our nose layer, and holding shift, I'm going to slide this out to the left. So in its most basic form, this is the face being slid apart and with the different layers. I do want to go through and add a little bit more effects to this, just through and add a few more things to this, just so that it looks a little bit better. So to do that, I'm going to select our main layer, and I'm going to grab our selection tool, and I'm going to go through and select the top part of the head. Then I'm going to hit Control or Command T to do a free transform of this selection, and I'm going to rotate it, and then I'm going to hold shift and slide it out a little bit, just so it looks like it's teetering off the edge. And then you can hit enter to finalize that, and then Control or Command D to deselect everything. And then one last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add a hand pulling out the forehead. I have the hand copied to my clipboard, so I'm just going to hit Control or Command V to paste it in. Drag this selection all the way to the top, and then we can right click on our toolbar over here and then select the magic wand tool and simply select all of the background and hit delete. Then Control or Command D to deselect. Next, we can hit Control or Command T to free transform the hand, and we can resize it and position it how we would like. I'm going to have it grabbing it like this. So here we have the hand positioned how I like it, but one thing I want to do just so that it looks a little bit more realistic, The thumb is going to be on top of the head, and I want this finger to be in front of the forehead, but then this back finger right here, I want to be behind the head. So it looks like this finger is on top, this one's in front, and this one's behind. So to do that, I'm going to hit Alt or Option and scroll in. I'm going to add a layer mask to this layer, and then holding Control or Command, I'm going to select the photo icon on the layer for forehead, and that'll simply make a selection around the forehead. Then I'm going to grab my paintbrush tool and switch my main color to black, and the hardness I'm going to have up all the way to 100%, and make sure that your layer mask is selected over here. And then I'm simply going to color in that back finger everywhere the head would. And resize this and get into the fine details. Then you can hit Control or Command D to deselect everything. If we scroll out, we can see. Next thing I'm going to do is hold Control or Command, and I'm going to select a new layer. That'll add a new layer underneath the layer we had selected. And with our paintbrush tool still selected, I'm going to make the brush size a little bit bigger and turn the hardness all the way down to 0%. I'm going to hold Control Head to make a selection again, and I'm simply going to color in where the thumb is, and also where the finger is. Control or Command D, deselect. Then I'm going to go to our blending options. I'm going to change this to overlay. Then I'm going to turn the opacity down a bit, somewhere around 70%. Just add a little bit of a shadow so that it looks like the hand is actually grabbing it. And if you want, you can add a little bit more shadow to it. Here we go, something like that. And then lastly, gonna grab the crop tool and just bring this down to size so that our hand actually looks like it's coming out of the side of the image instead of cut off like that. And then hit enter. There we have it. Here's what the final product looks like. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like below. It really helps out the channel, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.